like a hunter, I want to go out there and snipe the right way and just finish the right fight. And I feel like that's what been doing the whole camp. Yes, I've sharpened outside of just in case like something happens. I've sharpened some weapons along the way, but I'm obviously focused on the kill.
Hi, this is Desi Flores, and I am joined by Chepe Mariscal, LFA featherweight, who will be opening up the LFA calendar year for 2020 as the main event in LFA 80. So, you began the card last year in 2019 in the main event with a win. How do you see it playing out this year?
Same thing, same mindset, same goals. I obviously want to give a great performance, so I'm ready just to go out there and put on a show.
Nice. So, you're both very violent fighters, and you put on a lot of pressure. How do you see this particular fight going? What makes this fight against Steve Garcia an interesting one for you?
Because he obviously comes forward. He likes to set up his things. He has a lot of weapons like I do. So I feel like this is going to be a really good fight. And obviously it's going to level me up for the future. So I feel like this is a guy who I obviously have to meet and try to beat.
So then would you say he's your toughest opponent to date?
Right now, I could say a lot of guys right now. I haven't taken up any easy fights. I've been fighting a lot of tough guys, and I've been through a lot of wars. So I hope this is another war, or I'm trying to come in and get a clean win.
All right, so you mentioned that you have a lot of weapons, and that was one of the things that was most interesting about you to me as I looked at your history in martial arts. So, number one, you were 18-1 in amateur fights, 17 finishes. And when you look at your finishes, they're all different ways. Sometimes it's by striking, sometimes it's by submission. You look at before that, you're decorated in wrestling, judo, jiu-jitsu. So can you tell us a little bit about your martial arts history and your high level of competition in each different discipline?
Well, I started at the age of 6, not knowing what I was getting myself into, and I joined the gym where they had every different mixed martial arts, where it was jiu-jitsu, judo, kickboxing, boxing, and we had a lot of coaches. So they were putting us in different competitions, and I was obviously the one that wanted to just go out there and compete. I never wanted to take a break, and that's why I have 18 fights in MMA and my amateur career, because I just wanted to be consistent. I wanted to be one of the best. I made it a dream when I was 9, and now I'm here.
Nice. So you are a black belt in both judo and Japanese jiu-jitsu. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then you've also had championships you've been a champ in Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Is that correct?
Yes, I've been a champ once.
Okay. Yeah. 3 national kickboxing championships. Like, this is something notable. This is usually like a kickboxing background, a wrestling background. You wrestled you were a national qualifier in junior college. So these are all things that make this fight a lot more interesting because you don't know where you're going to come from.
Yeah, exactly. I just wanted to have be a great mixed martial artist. I didn't want to be empty anywhere. I wanted to have weapons at every range, every angle. And if I fought a guy who was like toe to toe with me, I would have a little, I just wanted to have a little more extra weapons in my Batman belt.
That's hilarious. So this to me looks like you were bred to be a fighter. Was that your intention from the beginning? Did you go into it at 6 years old and your parents wanted you to become an MMA fighter, or how did this happen?
Well, when I started, it was just to learn how to defend myself. I grew up in Cicero, Illinois. It's like a town outside of Chicago, so it was all right, neighborhood. So my parents didn't want me, out in the streets after school. So they put me in mixed martial arts, and when I was 9 years old, I went to my first ever MMA fights. And I was snuck in there because I was always with the coach. I was just consistently trying to stay busy, stay with older guys, see, their lifestyle, obviously, because I was catching it. I was catching some love for it. I was like, man, I really like this. And then when I was 9 years old, I seen my first knockout, and the people started the cheering, the roaring got to me. So I was like, man, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. And then from there on, I just proceeded on doing this. Yeah, a lot of people were not into this. You know, they were like, what is MMA? You know, they thought it was karate or just a fantasy, sport, But yeah, I stayed in it, and I listened to the right people, and it got me to where I wanted to be.
Nice. So, with all these different backgrounds, what's a typical camp to you? Do you still focus on everything? How would you break up your week and your camp into how you like to prepare?
So we like to watch film. Obviously, I like to look at like geographic kind of thing. Like I'm studying my animal. Right now, like I gotta see where he's weak, where he's strong, and like a hunter, I want to go out there and snipe the right way and just finish the right fight. And I feel like that's what been doing the whole camp. Yes, I've sharpened outside of just in case like something happens. I've sharpened some weapons along the way, but I'm obviously focused on the kill.
Now, you're a featherweight for LFA, but I saw that you had a belt as a lightweight. So, where do you feel at home?
Well, I had belts at lightweight and in my amateur career, so all my pro belts are at featherweight. But that's where I was like falling out was with nutrition. I didn't really have a nutritionist. I was back to back in different camps, trying to find my home. And right now, like I found obviously my home, and right now I'm sticking to the featherweight division. And I feel good. I feel strong. I feel fast. And I never know if I take a super fight at lightweight, or maybe I get a hookup with a nutritionist and go to bantamweight. We never know. I'm open to the fighting lifestyle, and I just want to see where it goes.
Nice. So, how do you see your year in 2020? What are your goals this year in fighting?
I hope just consistent wins. I do want to go. I do see myself trying to land on a contender card, or get called to a bigger promotion, or proceed and see what LFA has. Other great competitors. That's all I want to do is just keep competing against better guys and hopefully get to the bigger shows.
Thank you, Chepe. I wish you the best of luck in 2020, reaching those goals. Everybody, Chepe Mariscal, keep your eyes out for him. You can watch his fight, LFA 80, on January 17th in Albuquerque, New Mexico, or you can watch it on UFC Fight Pass against opponent Steve Garcia. Opening LFA card of the 2020 year. He is the main event. You won't want to miss it.